Welcome to Moon Magic. I am Tracy Hawkner with Eye of Horus.
This is Heather Rowan Robbins, Astrologer here at Eye of Horus.
And as always, we are recording from a genuine store. Do not be alarmed by any awkward noises you might hear in the background. It's just business as usual.
So we like to talk to you about how to work with the new and the full moon. Today we're talking about the full moon in January, on January 23rd at 7:43 p.m. here in the Twin Cities, with the sun in Aquarius and the moon in Leo, both square Mars in Scorpio. Now, that's a hell of a full moon. It's a great party time, any of the full moon in Leo. But underneath it is some very powerful power dynamics, because both planets are in fixed signs. Fixed signs can dig their heels in and hold ground. And it's like mountain pose in Tai Chi, where you hold still and center and no one can knock you over, which is great, except for two people trying to have a conversation, and both of them are. And square Mars. Mars is in Scorpio. Normally, Mars spends only about 2 months in a sign, but this is an unusual time when it goes all the way through Scorpio out the other side, retrogrades back all the way through Scorpio, and goes through it again. So we're dealing with this rather intense Mars in Scorpio now through the end of July. And Mars in Scorpio, it's in a sign that it's very strong, because it's in a sign that it's considered the traditional ruler of Scorpio. But and in its strength, so it can work in a clean way. So it's a good time to make surgical decisions, to decide what you want to cut out of your life, what you really want, desire, because Mars helps us tune into what we want in the best of ways, what we're called to, what we're going towards.
This sounds like a combination that would be more interested in finding the actual cause of a problem than just the symptoms that we so often like to sweep.
Yeah, well,
aside.
Mars in Scorpio wants to go deep and deep and deep. But it can also get a little crazy. And so watch how the temper works. I think there's going to be some interesting big political awareness of power dynamics with Mars and Scorpio for the next few months. So we might find that in our own group. We might find that in our own groups, that we find how we're working with our power dynamics in our circles, that we want to keep it clean and clear and positive, so that we have in those power dynamics that we remember back, because Mercury's retrograde asking us to go back and remember how we work together, what we've felt like in circles before, how we feel in our community. Does everybody have a voice? How can we make that more collective? And in this full moon is, how do I shine? The moon in Leo wants to shine. Everybody wants to shine. How do I shine? Not so you don't, but how can I shine for the benefit of the room? And everybody take turns shining. And then we have the good party. But it'll be an interesting set of dynamics to work with.
I'm really interested to see how politics go at this full moon as well. The Mercury and Pluto is in Capricorn.
Exact.
Mars over in Scorpio. I'm thinking, anybody who's already got that conspiracy theorist gene going, that this is going to be a terrific time to be digging down and pulling up muck and really revealing all sorts of very interesting things. So if we're doing that either on a larger scale political level, or bringing that sort of energy into our personal life, and remembering how things are supposed to go, of course, is the positive side of this. But what if we start remembering
Misremembering.
Oh my goodness. So I'm thinking we want a whole lot of clarity and understanding, not just digging up muck, but actually understanding what it is we're digging up.
Well, that's a good, taking that Mercury conjunct Pluto, and it conjunct Pluto once right before December, in December 17th, 18th, 19th. Then it moved forward, hit it again, retrograding back, and it's going to retrograde back right on there, and then goes over it one more time. So from a few days before the full moon to a few days afterwards, because Mercury turns direct on the 25th, I believe, of January. And so it's going to be C-sign conjunct Pluto. In that place, it could be event-oriented in the world. Watch our own depression, our moon swings. But it also, Pluto is the lord of mining. He is the lord, the image of the old mythology was someone who went down into the underworld and drug up a lot of dirt and raised it to the surface, rinsed away the dirt, and had a little bit of gold and jewels left. So when you're in this process, remember, don't just muckrake. Rinse away the dirt, and don't focus on that. Focus on the gold and the jewels. What are we digging up? What parts of our past are worth remembering? What parts of our history did we learn? What did we learn from the experience? And that'll be a good use of this full moon energy. Just watch what arguments you get into. And right, if someone starts winding off on their conspiracy theories, just because, one of the phrases says, just because they're paranoid doesn't mean they're not trite. So everything needs investigating, and perspective will be what we need to bring to the situation.
And to aid that, I was thinking about stones. I'm always about stones. Sodalite and good old-fashioned quartz are two that are very good for bringing actual understanding to a situation, actual clarity to a situation, because I think we might wind up needing some of that. And I'm checking my own notes here. Pennyroyal is a good herb to bring us, it's prosperity and protection, which kind of translates to safety and security. Unless you're pregnant, pennyroyal is not good for those who are pregnant. Mullein might be a good substitute for that. But anything to bring that kind of root chakra security.
That's a good point.
So we feel safe.
Mars and Scorpio really wants that. So again, enjoy the party of the moon in Leo, and notice the melodrama that might be going on around it, and say, what's the truth underneath the melodrama? What's the truth underneath the party? And how can we use that to enlighten ourselves and come to a deeper understanding?
So, beloved fans, thank you for joining us for another episode of Moon Magic. We will be doing this every couple of weeks, and you'll want to keep up. Subscribe to videos. If everything's gone correctly, there should be a clickable link here. Subscribe to the videos. The store itself can be found anytime. eyeofhorus.biz. Don't lose track of us. During the videos, we are constantly yattering about candles and stones and oils. Oh my. Stuff can be had, and we're not afraid of shipping. Feel free to click on products. Gotta have your stuff. Readings. Either myself, Tracy Hawkner, or Heather Roan Robbins, fantastic astrologer. Book a reading. It's fun. And the music you've been listening to, by the way, composed for us by Johnny M. Johnny's music is also available. Important to patronize the arts. Thank you so much. Bye now.